Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar.
Yeah, I got my
As the
screen
Browns
on too, little
emerge from
Q. If
their
you want to
tunnel,
check that bitch
they're
out.
ready to go as they get
I
set to
mute my
match
mic, though.
up with the Miami Dolphins. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Mike, 180. 55, Mike. Let him know. Let him know.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards the pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 41, Mayfield nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Alexander, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield off the play fake. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Mike. 180. 53. Mike. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it.
First down, Fitzpatrick. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Tight dog. 52 and 56.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Dolphins' 20-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
6 man.
They go play action. Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is... You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mayfield on play action. Eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Airing it out deep for Smith. Got a man, it's caught. inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Marvin Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Hey, I got the stream up, Lil Q. Just let you know, my mic, I just muted my mic.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Parker unable to get that one, and it's second down. They'll run here with Balaj. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
That's my lady. Number 53. Time to go. Night.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score of Browns
Check
10, Dolphins
Check
nothing.
53. Bound to lose one.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. It's complete to Graham. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sheldon Richardson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's second down.
On play action, Fitzpatrick. He's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. Well, they set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play fake. Mayfield steps away to his left. He completes it to Jones. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D.
Here's Mayfield. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Check that. We got Mike 52. Hey, high 7.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. From the gun, Fitzpatrick, flush to his right. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing again here, Fitzpatrick on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
They'll run with Chubb. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air again, Fitzpatrick. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant.
Fitzpatrick's pass complete to Jackson Grant. A gain of 29 yards.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick again. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. First foray into the red zone for Miami. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jakeem Grant in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama, Mack Wilson. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Mike 20. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. So we got man.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now Fitzpatrick. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
On 2nd and 9, Fitzpatrick. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw, Fitzpatrick. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. To return is Taylor. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because if they weren't ready to go on the last one, give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
52's the mic.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
On the ground, it's Chubb, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And an alley to run. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it.
25, check 25.
Now Chubb. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
180.
And 6 yards to go.
Run. Let's go.
Mayfield. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaq Thompson came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Delta.
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, hit one high.
And he's into the clear. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 54 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They go play action. Fitzpatrick. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Fitzpatrick. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. First target, first catch, and a first down. Fitzpatrick now from the 50. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It's the former Dolphin All-Pro Olivier Vernon, racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. After the sack on first down, Fitzpatrick looking deep, and that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently, so that's just going to be an incompletion. The Dolphins on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Here's Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. Taylor now returning it. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Hey, look out, GQ. You still with your boy? I was,
the Browns drive about to get started. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that we enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but
I'm not fucking playing no more. This damn defense is lethal, dog.
We've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
The defense is lethal, man.
Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the
Jordan
things
Lewis got 2 more pieces.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it
in a dominant game.
We've seen this season.
So now 1st and 10 as they crossed into Miami territory at the 23. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. That looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this.
And he scored! Touchdown, Browns!
I thought I had to scream or
Mayfield. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over.
But he got the deal. This one, the one he got to go look himself in the mirror.
To their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner
plans
tonight.
Hey, you want them up back to the drawing board.
But we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores
for my
fantasy,
he beat the pages. I ain't the pages.
They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last week,
every loss that I had, I was fucking myself.
We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Every loss, bro, I took that on my
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for
And
T-Ball Seymour with a pick, my nigga.
Interception.
T-Ball Seymour with a pick, my nigga.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
His boy going on, God.
With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game.
He got the record for the most picks in the game.
Eight. The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
To throw, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try to find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time was a pretty one-play and interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go and throw the ball.
Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounce right back on it, keeps possession. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country.
Get out of the room, man.
So the Dolphins
put the pressure on the nigga and get the fuck out of here.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Don't do that. That ain't the one. That ain't the one.
Down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Fitzpatrick.
Safety.
Taken down to the end
Mal
zone.
Gary, 5 sacks.
Sacked, and that's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
A 50-point romper, man. Can't give up on
the
my
Cleveland
season,
offense
bro.
ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game.
Odell Beckham Jr. It's the 20, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, you know, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
We will be back, but we will try not to be.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let us not make the playoffs. I was going we're going to play out here.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone,
don't do that out loud,
something executed well
I got
before
niggas ready
we
for
get
that
out
hole.
here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
I got niggas sitting on that out route, I swear.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Fitzpatrick. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder what plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing Fitzpatrick. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Oh, God, I think he's going to throw that on bad.
Hey, man, watch 34. 53's the mic, 53.
Fitzpatrick on first down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Great defensive job, fellas.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19.
That was a true beat down, boy.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Miami, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.